Today we are beginning a very exciting subject, that is generative AI, means becoming one of the most important technologies in the world. Means in this laboratory we will not only learn the concept of generative AI but also gain practical knowledge, experience using different AI tools. Before we begin the lab experiments of a particular generative AI for a scheme of 2022 scheme VTU, let us first understand what is generative AI. Why the generative AI should the give a syllabus for, and what is the objective of generative AI and why it is important. We can analyze this of the generative AI. Now we can move on to the introduction part of the generative AI lab. Means what is an AI? Means AI is an artificial intelligence which can enable computers to perform tasks that normally require human intelligence, such as learning, reasoning, and decision making. Means the artificial intelligence will enables the computers to perform tasks, means without they want to give any explicitly programmed, the machines which have to give correct, predicted and make the decisions, and it is called as an artificial intelligence which can, means the what is generative AI. Now discuss what is generative AI. Means the generative AI is short and is called as a Gen AI. Means it is a type of artificial intelligence that can create a new content instead of just analyzing a existing data. It not only is the analyzing the existing data, which can create a new content for the giving a prompts. What is prompts? Means which can generate like text, images, code, audio and videos based on the user instructions, called as a prompts. What is prompts? The content is generated based on the instruction provided by the user. What the user give a instruction to a generative AI, that can create based on the user provided the prompt. These instructions are called as a prompts. Means we can call it as a prompts. Means in some popular generative AI tools that can be used, means it learns from the large amounts of data to produce a meaningful and creative outputs. For means the AI tools like ChatGPT, and the ChatGPT uses a AI tools like as a generative AI, and Google Gemini will also be used of AI. Means they can use a large language models called as LLMs to give a content of the use based on the user prompt, and also be used in cloud. And the means, for example, it is also be generative AI should be used in the Microsoft Copilot. And this is the we can learn the introduction. Means what is generative AI. Means we can simply tell as a generative AI is an artificial type of artificial intelligence that can create a new content instead of just analyzing a particular or existing data. Means where it generative AI should be used. Now discuss what are the applications of generative AI. Means where the generative AI should be used. Next we move on to the where the generative AI is used. Now let us see where generative AI is used. Means the generative AI is in a different applications or different sectors or different things. Means we can use like some, we can consider some of the following examples. Like in education, means what the education the AI should be used. What the help of the AI in education? Means it helps students to prepare a notes and quizzes and summarize the topics. The student doesn't understand a particular long concept, though concept should be given to an AI, they can summarize. We can have modules to summarize it in the large test into a small test, and we can have to give a practices questions and assignment assistance. And it is also used in software development. It assists programmers by generating code, explaining programs and debugging the errors. Means which can use it for debugging the errors. Means which can solve the particular programming errors in a second. Means we can create a content creation. Means like as creating the articles, blogs, emails and reports. Means at just a second it can create the content of a particular. Means based on the user prompt it can create a content. Means we can use it for generating the image, which can like the image like posters, logs and digital artwork. Now is as we can see that, means the lot of generative AI should be used to create images. The so many peoples are depending on the AI to create images and posters and logos. And it is also used in the healthcare systems, where it healthcare system, why it is used to create a medical documentation for a particular patient, to maintain the documentation of a particular patient. And it is also helped in research support. Means in this part we can, in also several parts the AI should be used, but this part should be used. And what are the use of this generative AI? Use benefits, what should be benefits? Means it can saves the time. Means how to save the time? Means the content should be created at a quick, then we can summarization of the content should be quick, then it this saves the time and improves the productivity. And it supports for creativity. Means creating a new thing. Means the generative AI is to create a new content, so which can create based on the user prompt, and it automates the repetitive tasks. However, we should always remember that AI generated information is not always correct. Means before, therefore we can use a response of the AI before verifying and them use in the particular things. Means this is the applications of generative AI. Means we can learn what is generative AI and where the generative AI should be used. Next, why this laboratory should be kept in your syllabus. Because next we can discuss about the what is the laboratory. Now let us understand what will do in this laboratory. Means in a particular laboratory of the section we can, what the use of the generative AI. Let us discuss about the use of the generative AI. Throughout this course, we will learn how to use different generative AI tools effectively. We can have different models that can be have pre-trained models from user from the generative AI, like as one to vec and other goal global vector. We will practice as writing a code prompts, also known as a prompt engineering, to writing a effective prompts. Because better prompts usually gives the producers better results. Means for a prompt engineering, what are the prompt, the base depend on the prompt, the AI should can give a response to any users to create generated text images code using any AI tools that can be learned from these laboratory experiments and compare different AI generated outputs. We can analyze the test documents, and we can use different PDFs to answer AIs to upload a PDF and answer based on insert the content in the PDF to give a prompt and learn responsible and ethical use of AI. The most importantly, we can learn the ethical and responsible use of AI because it including avoiding plagiarism and verifying AI generated content. And by the end of this laboratory we will practice a knowledge of using the generative AI to solve real world problems and improve the your productivity. Means what are the main objective of the generative AI? Means the main objective is to generative AI to gain hands-on experience with generative AI tools. Okay, we can hands-on experiment to of a particular experiments and apply them to solve real world problems effectively. Means what are the real world problems should be faces by the people that will solve by the generative AI at a quick of the seconds. Okay, now discuss about all these things. Now we can understand in this video, we can understand the what is meant by generative AI and where it is used and what you will learn in this lab. Now in next video we can analyze the what is the experiment of one what experiment that kept for your syllabus we can discuss in the next generative AI. In next video. Thank you.